Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite looks to do with my Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows. I have 9 of the original 10 and I do want to pick up some more, so let me know what some of your favorites are from the newer Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow collection. I do have a swatch video of the 9 I own, and I also have a swatch video of the 35 regular, like first edition Makeup Geek regular eyeshadows that I own. Not the brand new ones like Rapunzel and High Tea. I think there's one of them called that. But I mostly focus when I chose my Makeup Geek shadows on the neutrals, and so like 2/3 of my palette is mostly neutrals with, you know, a little bit of purple or gold, but kind of on the neutral side. Let us get started. The first color I'm going to be taking is Peach Smoothie, the famous transition shade. So I'm going to take Peach Smoothie on a fluffy brush and apply that as a transition shade. I did prime my eye with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So a lot of the time that I do these kinds of videos where most of my makeup is already done, I do try to list out all of the products that I have on the rest of my face in the description box. So like if you're like, what lipstick is she wearing? She didn't mention it in the video. It's probably listed below. If not, just ask me and I will list it for you. Today this is MAC's Cosmo, an amplified lipstick. Just a really pretty, like, neutral, kind of slightly peachy pink nude. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm going to take Peach Smoothie, the eyeshadow, on a fluffy brush and apply that as my transition shade. I will be doing 2 transition shades. Alright, so here's Peach Smoothie. This is actually the Makeup Geek soft dome brush, and it's just a really pretty, it's like fluffy, but it does taper at the end. So it's a really good brush just to like lay down some product, get up in that crease because it is slightly tapered. And this peach color, if you can't tell, Peach Smoothie, is very, very close to my skin shade. You see how it's barely showing up? And that's why I am able to take this almost to the brow bone. And I will do a brow bone highlight, and I'll use this brush again to blend the brow bone color and this color together so that they really just, there's a seamless transition. And that's why we call it a transition shade after all. This should be the transition between your crease color, which is usually the darkest color on your eye look, and the lightest color on your brow bone. You need something in between the 2 colors. I'm actually using 2 colors between those 2 colors, obviously. I don't know, that's just how I roll. Okay, so my second transition shade is going to be the color Creme Brule by Makeup Geek, and this is just a nice light brown. It is a little bit warm, but not like straight up or at red or anything. This is Peach Smoothie here, very hard to see, and then this is Creme Brulee. So it is a little bit warm, but I don't think it pulls too orange on me. So Peach Smoothie, Creme Brulee, and then the brow bone shade is Ice Queen, and that's right here. So I'm using a small tapered blending brush and Creme Brulee, and I'm going to place that just above the crease, like in the crease and slightly above, but nowhere near as high as I put Peach Smoothie. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and apply Ice Queen as my brow bone shade. I'm actually not using the same brow bone shade as I am for the inner corner. So for the brow bone shade, I'm going to be using Ice Queen, and then for the inner corner, I'll be using one of the foiled shadows that'll really give it a pop. This is the Sigma pencil brush, the E30, and I'm using Ice Queen just on the brow bone. It is very white, which is why I said I use the Peach Smoothie later to blend together those 2 shades. I kind of want something in between the 2 shades as my brow bone color. Okay, so now I take the fluffy brush, the Makeup Geek soft dome brush that I used originally with Peach Smoothie, and I'm just kind of blending out the edges between that brow bone shade and the transition shade to like soften the contrast between the white and the peach. Okay, so for the lid shade today, I'm going to be using Grandstand by Makeup Geek. And there's Grandstand, just a really pretty like peachy brown kind of color. I find actually that I prefer applying this with my finger, so I'm just going to use my ring finger with a little bit of that shadow. I'm just tapping it on the lid. I just love the way those look. These, if I accidentally go too high, like in the crease, I just take the Creme Brulee, the crease shade, and blend it out. I don't want the foiled shade above where my mobile lid is, so I don't want it above where my eye naturally like opens, because that makes it look almost like ages your eyes. That's why I don't use a metallic blending shade. Okay, so I'm going to take the same pencil, the pencil brush, the Sigma E30 that I used for the brow bone, and I'm going to dip that into Makeup Geek's Magic Act, which is like a golden white foiled eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you right next to Grandstand. So there's Grandstand, and this is Magic Act. So I'm going to dip the pencil brush in there and apply that right to the center, the inner corner of the eye. And I'm actually taking it just slightly on the lid, right on the inner corner. Then I took Makeup Geek's Foiled Eyeshadow in the Spotlight, and this is like a peachy, peachy color, very light. So here is in the Spotlight. So Grandstand, Magic Act, in the Spotlight. And I'm going to use that color as a transition between the golden color on the inner corner and the peach on the lid. So I'm going to actually use it like right here. So basically it's going to go super golden white, kind of slightly peachy pink, and then more peachy. And then I'm going to apply an even darker color, not foiled, here in the outer V. So basically there's tons of transitions going on. So we have super light, kind of light, peachy, and then super dark on the outer eye. And then we have lightish, and then as we go upwards, we'll get a little really dark in the crease, slightly lighter with Creme Brulee, slightly lighter with Peach Smoothie, and slightly lighter again with Ice Queen. So there's like transitioning from light to dark, then it goes back to light at the brow bone. I hope that makes sense. I hope you're following me. But now for the crease shade and the outer V, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear and Mocha mixed together. Cocoa Bear, a reddish color, and then there's Mocha. Brush, I'm going to go ahead and use the small tapered blending brush and Cocoa Bear and Mocha mixed together and put that right here on the outer portion of the lid and a little bit in the crease. I'm not taking the crease shade like all the way in like this. The dark shade, I'm not doing that. I'm only placing it here on the outer eye and on basically the outer half, like from here out. And one way that I make my eyes appear a little bit larger than they are is I cheat the outer eye a little bit. So I actually go slightly outside of where my actual outer eye is and slightly higher than where my actual crease is. So I kind of give the illusion of a larger, higher crease, a larger eye and a higher crease. And that makes my eye look a little bit wider too by cheating the edge here. And I'm going to make my liner go a little bit out past the eye line. And so it's all about making your eyes look bigger. So that's one way I do it. But I'm going to actually put this crease shade up above my crease just a little bit right here in the outer V. Now that I have all that darkness laid down, it doesn't look perfect by any means, but I'm going to blend it out with Creme Brulee and Peach Smoothie. You see the difference? Here's the one without the crease shade down in the outer eye. And you see this one just looks a little bit bigger up here. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and apply some liner to my upper lash line, and I'm actually going to be using brown. I went ahead and winged it out quite a bit. This is the Kat Von D ink liner in Hemingway. It's just like a nice dark brown color. This is the Giorgio Armani Black Ecstacy mascara. I really like it. Okay, so I'm actually going to leave the lower lash line bare, which is something I never do. But I think with this look, it's all about like the shimmery peachy colors, and I don't want to distract from that. I really want the shimmery lid color in the inner corner to speak for itself. So I don't want to distract and do anything harsh or dramatic on the lower lash line. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what foiled eyeshadows you think I need to pick up next, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.